What's up, everybody? We're back, and guess who's back with us? Katrina. You have to make these air back to back because I made a big deal.
We are here with the newest episode of my favorite episode of, and today we are going to be talking about episodes again that we've watched in quarantine, and also
fictional schools that we would like to go to.
Because
and I changed the prompt because it was supposed to be high schools, and basically none of mine are high schools.
Oh, so typical.
and also Kathleen picked movies, and this is a podcast on TV
Listen,
shows.
bitch, I always
I don't
cheat.
understand.
That is my MO.
It's
my
okay.
modus operandi, or whatever the fuck that's called.
Yeah, we know what MO is.
Okay.
No, I'm just
Because I'm unsure. Okay, let's quick go through what we've been watching. Me and Julie just recorded one of these like 2 weeks ago, so I haven't had a bunch,
Okay.
but I do have some new ones.
I have
All right.
two.
Okay, you start. Trini
Okay.
girl?
Yeah, and just a quick recap on my life. I don't watch TV, so I don't know why I'm a co-host on this.
Because she was sitting on the couch for the Friends episode, and now we just invited
as all
her.
radio hosts, I'm beautiful, so everyone can see that.
Yeah, she's got a voice for radio, people.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Shows during quarantine. Parks and Rec. It's my first time ever watching it through, so
Really?
it's amazing.
Love to hear it.
Second, The Good Girls.
Okay, I think is it The Good Girls or is it Good Girls?
Probably just Good Girls.
I think it's
What is Good Girls?
Okay,
So
hit it.
it's very brief. Did you watch Breaking Bad? Which that's an insane comparison.
No. So
Okay.
I watched like 3 episodes of Breaking Bad, couldn't get into
Whoa.
it, and I heard that everyone says the first like 3.
Whoa.
I know. I heard that everyone says like the first 3 episodes are really hard to get through, but you have to get through.
Well,
like,
now
push through
I'm
it.
thinking I should have picked a Breaking Bad episode.
Okay,
Oh
so
my gosh.
I'm not gonna lie. I only watched a season and a half of Breaking Bad. It's probably like
Producer Matt, back me up. You've seen Breaking Bad. Please, please, please. Come on.
So I just finished watching it for the first time, and I'm just it's a very good show that is not my type of show.
okay.
Like
Awkward.
like hear me out.
Oh,
All the praise that
Producer Matt.
it gets, totally deserved. It's beautiful, it's cinematic, it's incredibly made. That's not the types of shows that I watch.
okay. No. Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
like I watched it once. That was enough. I will never revisit
Actually,
it.
I
Like,
agree
that's how
with
I feel.
that. I've watched it once. It's not a show I re-binge. It's very dark, but Breaking Bad's amazing. It's amazing.
Wait, let me
Sorry.
hop in
Sorry,
because
sorry.
don't say sorry. I feel like it takes away my credibility as a TV binge watching hoe, which I pride myself
I agree
on
with that.
because I've only seen a season and a half. But
It
I was in college. I can remember being in my fucking junior year apartment, watching it and just being like, I quit on whatever the refrigerator episode was. I just remember that
Kath,
refrigerator.
it's 5 seasons. You can binge it this weekend, and you should.
Cannot binge it this weekend. That is insane. That's
Yeah,
so
it
much
is. That's
TV.
crazy.
Breaking Bad is something I will eventually re-get to, and I'm upset that I stopped. But I just, I get to the point where if I'm watching something and it's not doing it for me, I'm a true
Look,
believer in
Kathleen.
I said this on the Jane the Virgin episode. Shows come at the time they're supposed to come, and I maybe started Breaking Bad at the wrong time.
And look, you are totally preaching the choir with someone who does not get attached to TV shows.
Yeah.
I do not. The amount of TV shows Kathleen has tried to get me to watch, or I'm bored and I'm like, Kathleen, name something, watch this. Kathleen has name dropped a million TV shows and I just can't do it. I will say Breaking Bad, guys, just trust me on it. Just trust me on it.
Okay, wait. So I heard it's pretty much exactly where I quit is where it picks up. I've heard like you got to get through
When did you
until
quit?
the end of season. I got through mid-season 2 and then I stopped.
I mean, I love Breaking Bad is so fucked. I will say, regardless of how you feel about the series, it's one of the few shows I think that ended at a perfect time. I think Breaking Bad, for how successful it was, they could have been like,
Milked it for a bunch
let's
of
do
seasons.
3 more seasons of us doing drug whatever. The way they ended it was perfect. They didn't try and push it. Like
Sure.
there's so many
I respect
shows.
that.
We're
There's-
at a good time now where like shows are actually ending
When
I
they're
would
supposed
hope
where
so.
they like, you know
And
what I
not
mean?
jump the shark. Do you guys know that phrase, jump the shark?
Did you know what the new phrase is that they use now?
No, but
so
what?
What is it?
so jump the shark is for TV shows.
Yes, and my dad always says that, and I never knew what it was. And he always says, especially with Friends, the episode where it jumps the shark is when they tried to make Joey and Rachel date, which I always yell at my dad. I'm like, no, they made it work. But there's so many episodes of any TV shows where they jump the shark.
So Jump the Shark comes from Happy Days.
Yes.
Because there's an episode where
Wow.
the Fonz
We talked about this before, didn't we?
jumps a shark.
Mm-hmm. And it just means like the TV series after is fucking shitty.
So there's another version of it now
Let's
that
hear it.
people
What is
use
it?
for movies.
Ooh, love it.
So for movies, they say they nuked the fridge
What's it
because of Indiana Jones 4 and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, where
It's
it
from
starts
Punky
off.
Brewster.
It starts off with Indiana Jones surviving a nuclear blast because he hides inside of a refrigerator.
Oh my gosh. Just so ridiculous.
Yeah, like when a franchise goes from being reasonable to absurd. So they'll be like, they'll say like, Fast 5 is where that franchise nuked the fridge. Like it just was like, fuck it. All the rules of reality are out the window.
Definitely.
We're just going balls to the wall weird now.
It's so funny because Jump the Shark with TV shows, you can almost see it now that you know the phrase. It's like, oh, that show jumped the shark at this episode. But I argue with a lot of people on certain...
It's an issue because I'm the type, and I said it on the Grey's episode, I'm like, I'd watch these characters sit at a table and have a conversation for 42 minutes.
You would, but I bet a lot of people would say...
So let's circle back. So I don't know how we got on Breaking Bad, but Good Girls is what you brought up.
Sorry.
So Good Girls, I would follow Mae Whitman into a burning house.
Oh,
like
I'm
I would
sorry. This is the reason I brought up Breaking Bad. So Breaking Bad's obviously a lot more serious, drug deals, whatever. That's why I brought it up.
So I watched the first 8 episodes live. I recorded it every week. I watched them live. And I love, so it's Donna from Parks. Amazing. It's Mae Whitman. And then it's beautiful redhead. I can't remember her name.
Me either, honestly.
Mad Men. Matt, what's her name? The redhead from Mad Men that Kevin wanted to marry and is the most beautiful girl in the world. She's a very famous actress. But anyway, so it's incredible, but it's one of those shows, and I think I've referenced this before. It reminds me of the Fairly Odd Parents. With every episode, it's like the stakes and the anxiety is so high at every single episode. Eventually it gets solved, but I can't take it. And that was when I was a kid watching it. I revert back to Fairly Odd Parents. Watching Good Girls, I knew it was going to be good. I love the characters. There's nothing wrong with it. It's excellent. I had to quit for my health.
I agree with that. And I will say, and I hate even that I kind of compared it to Breaking Bad. No, I just meant the premise.
In the drugs.
The drugs. That's honestly all. Because Good Girls is comedy, and that's not what Breaking Bad is. I love in Good Girls the 3 protagonist women. Just love that. Love that.
Strong women.
Love it. And it's just hilarious, but I will say it's absurd. Every episode is like, oh my God, no, I wouldn't do it this way. Like, this is crazy.
Christina Hendricks.
Oh, yes.
Very famous, and I'm embarrassed.
But anyway, what did you guys watch during quarantine?
So I finished Jane the Virgin.
Watch out for that episode that's about to drop. It's going to be one of my faves. I know it.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been more passionate about a show in my life.
Loved it. Thought it was great.
Best ever.
You might see a episode, like Kathleen said, down the road. Who knows? I also started binging. I didn't finish it yet, but Young and Hungry. So that is with Emily Osment. So you know that I fucking ride for Hannah Montana.
We stand on Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
And Lizzie McGuire, you guys are big fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So I just think that Emily Osment is just like so cute. Like,
She is.
I don't know. I just love her. So that's actually a really, really good, like, easy binge. I'm already on I think season 4, and it's like 20-minute episodes on Netflix, but it's cute. I think it's enjoyable. A lot of laughing moments. Me and Kenny, we didn't start binging this yet, but I think we're gonna binge Kingdom. Kenny's super into MMA, and it's like a fighting show, MMA, with Nick Jonas, who is like, my hottie boyfriend since I was 13. So
Gotta be a Joe girl. It's really
oh
upsetting.
my God.
Honestly, from the Game of Thrones episode, I am a Kevin girl.
That's insane to be a Kevin girl.
No, I stand a Kevin. I stand the underdog every single
this
time.
is a Kevin reference. So I was watching Married to Jonas today during my work day because it was like an old TV show on E, and they had a marathon, and Kevin gets diarrhea from crawfish, and this is so funny, and he's like,
Can't be true.
everything was like fine, and then all of a sudden the clench happened, and he's like, we all know about the clench, and I'm like, boy do we. And he's just like, and then like the sweat started happening, like they're in the middle of shooting a music video and Kevin has diarrhea from crawfish.
No.
And it was so funny, and I was like, the way he was describing it is like, bitch, yes, we've all been there when diarrhea hits at
Wait,
the wrong
what were you
time.
watching?
Married to Jonas.
Oh,
Married to Jonas.
We used to watch that at 501. We were big.
I loved
Yeah.
Married to Jonas.
Yeah, so it was cute. Funny. Not cute. It was funny.
It's definitely not cute. I do not love a diarrhea from fucking crawfish. That's not something.
I know, but
The
Kevin
cringe.
Jonas was really funny about it. So anyways, in summary, I have watched Married to Jonas, Young and Hungry, Jane the Virgin, and we're probably going to start Kingdom.
Nice. Kelsey really loved Kingdom.
So shout out to Kelsey because she shared it and I was like, oh my God, Nick Jonas. Like, I know that's him.
Yeah.
Because like it's not really his face. And Kelsey's mom actually
Yeah,
wrote about
saw
it.
that.
And I think she
Oh,
like
I love that.
I'm obviously not friends with Kelsey's mom on Facebook, but I think she like tugged Kelsey or something.
Yeah.
Tug.
Shout out Tracy.
Tagged.
No, I
Stop.
just love.
Tug, right? Is it not Tug?
Tagged. It's definitely
It's tagged. But
I'm sorry.
let's make Tug work, okay? Whatever. She
Stop
tagged
trying
her
to
in
make
it.
Tug happen.
And I was like, damn, I have to watch this. So it's on my list. And now I'm done.
So
I'm never talking again.
did you watch Almost Family with Emily Osment with Brittany Snow,
No.
Emily Osment? So it got canceled, but they I mean, they severely hyped this up. They advertised the shit out of Almost Family. So basically the premise was, and I think it was like a January pickup. It was like a mid-series pickup. So the premise is Almost Family. Brittany Snow is an only child and her dad owns a fertility clinic. And he was using his own sample to get impregnate his own sample to impregnate hundreds of women almost. So she has siblings all over that she didn't know. It came out, it dropped.
Osment.
And one is Emily Osment. And Brittany Snow actually fucks one of her siblings by accident.
No.
Yeah. So she works at the clinic. So when it all dropped, all these people were coming to like lawsuit, coming to show up and like get tested to see if they were actually Brittany Snow's dad or their own dad's whatever. Oh my God, hysterical. And the guy walks in that she had fucked and she's like, get out. Again, another person I'd follow into a burning building is fucking Brittany Snow.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
death. I only have a few since we just recorded it, so I binged Netflix Cursed. It built and it was fine. I wouldn't really recommend it to anybody. I have another podcast that covered it, so I was kind of forced at gunpoint to watch it, and it was kind of my idea, so I really had to be on it and present. But I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. So shout out to Katrina's husband, Eric, who suggested
Ayo.
Working Moms on Netflix to me, which is truly an amazing show. And on the last quarantine episode, I hyped up Winona Earp. And there's like 5 recurring characters on Winona Earp that are also on Working Moms, which is why I eventually moved that way. But it is basically about 2 best friends that are moms, and she produces, the brunette produces and writes the show. Catherine Reitman's her name. I mean, she's incredible. And it is just like, the first opening scene is them just sitting tits out at a baby meeting, just like comparing nipples and tits and being like,
Love that.
they're okay, right? I mean, they just had
Wow.
babies. They have their babies around them. I mean, it just starts with a
like
bang.
so relatable.
Just very relatable.
yeah.
Just like friends that are like, being a mom sucks sometimes.
Wow, I feel like I would love that.
Wait, you didn't watch it together?
Story of our life.
Anyway, and then so I'm almost done Dexter. I'm finishing season 6. There's 8 seasons since we did the Dexter episode. I really love it. It's kind of fading for me because any show you get past 6 seasons on like a heavy show like this where he's just murdering people. But it's good. They try and switch it up every season, and I'm no regrets on watching it. It's really good. I'm gonna power through. 6 is a little slow for me.
Well,
but
that's what he said, right? It gets real. He thought it could have ended at season 5.
I think a lot of people say that, but it's season 6 is sneaky, like producer Matt's favorite.
Guys, I had no idea that this was like how the podcast is filmed. I thought you guys were just like the smoothest talkers ever.
We should drink every time she tells us this was filmed.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got a long list because
Here we
I
go.
do nothing but sit inside and watch TV. A decent amount of these are Kathleen recommendations, honestly, now that I look at it.
Oh, boy.
So I watched Russian Doll, which is incredible. It might be one of my favorite shows that's ever been on Netflix.
Wow.
It's really fucking good, and it's like a quick watch. You can get through all 8 or 10 episodes, but it takes you like 3.5 hours to watch it. So it's produced by Amy
Someone
Poehler,
famous.
and
Oh.
it's starring Natasha Lyonne from all the American Pie movies.
And Orange is the New Black.
It's like a cool, trippy, like this person keeps dying, and every time they die, they start back at the same moment, right before their death.
It's Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day with like, she's a video game designer, so she's under the understanding that she is going to a checkpoint in her life. She has to change something about her habit from that checkpoint.
Okay.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really interesting. Based on both Kathleen and past guest Sean's recommendation, I watched all of the OA, which was really, really good, really, really trippy, really, really pissed there's no third episode. I finally finished Gilmore Girls. Real rough period in season 6 and 7, was almost not going to finish it, but I really wanted to see what happened in the Netflix series. I like the Netflix series a lot more than other people do. Maybe if Julie watches it, me, her.
It would take Julie until 2023 to watch all of Gilmore Girls and a year in the life.
I just don't have the time. I don't have enough sick days.
Kathleen already mentioned it, but I started watching Winona Earp. Now I'm watching it every week, and then her and I text about
Yeah,
what happened
baby,
in the
it's the
episode.
Wait, I just thought of one more I watched. Did you guys ever watch, or have you ever, The Morning Show?
With Reese and
Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston. No.
No.
Again.
I almost brought that up on
to
the Friends
circle back,
episode.
me and my
You watched
Jennifer.
the whole thing?
Yeah, I loved it, and I'm a big Jennifer Aniston fan. Did you watch the whole thing?
I never saw any of it.
Wait,
Oh.
what is it on?
Apple TV
Yeah,
Plus
that's why
or
I haven't
something.
watched
What are
it.
you,
Okay.
rich, Katrina?
No.
What are you fucking rich?
Actually, it's so funny what you were just gonna say, because if you sign on with any email, it's like $1 for a year or something crazy like that. So we got it because I'm a huge Jennifer Aniston fan. So I found out that they were doing the morning show, and it's so good. I mean, it's a mini series, right? But they just renewed it for a second season, I think.
Yeah, I think they did. I think
it's such a good cast that it's like, it's
How could
very,
it not be How could it not be good?
it's also just very appropriate. I don't want to say right now what's going on, but let's say 6 months ago with the Me Too thing, the morning show is all about that, like sexual harassment in the workplace. And it's just, think of Big Little Lies. You guys have watched Big Little
Yeah,
Lies,
of
right?
course.
Oh my God.
How have we not done an episode of that?
I was, oh, wow. I could have,
You know,
I actually
clock
watched more
that.
TV than I think. The morning show is more like the tone of Big Little Lies. It's very dark, but there's kind of some like crude humor. Morning show is amazing though. What a great cast. Like you can't.
Okay, clock that. I'll pay $1 a year.
Kathleen, you can.
yeah, if
you
it's
can,
only $1, I'm here for
you
it.
can finish it in 2 days. Like it's 10 episodes, I think, and it's real quick.
Still not even done on this. This
Oh my
was
God,
all
so
in
sorry.
2 weeks. This is ridiculous. Love Victor, very, very good.
Loved
if you
that.
like the show or the movie Love Simon, you should see the
Loved
sequel
it.
Love Victor.
I loved Love Simon.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Highly recommend it.
Deep.
Watched both seasons of American Vandal, which is
Ooh, yeah.
so fucking funny. Like it is one of the funniest shows I've ever watched.
I've never
Julie,
even
do you
heard
know?
of this.
So
Me
American
either,
you would
Julie.
love
So
American
Julie-
Vandal,
Either.
Joel.
American Vandal is a fake true crime documentary, but it takes place in a high school. And season 1 is trying to figure out who drew the dicks on all the teachers' cars.
I think you said
And
it
the-
the best.
And the second season is about who put laxatives in the lemonade in the cafeteria, but it's like shot exactly like every like 5-part murder mystery.
Where is this, Netflix?
It's
Yeah,
on Netflix.
They don't make a joke about it. It's like legit.
Yeah,
You
they
said it best.
play
You're
it-
like they hit every beat.
They
you
play
could
it
possibly
so
hit.
seriously.
Yeah.
But like
Oh.
every single note is just the most like it
He's
gets
like,
to a
he's
point.
like, look at those dicks and balls. I wouldn't draw hairs on the balls like that.
Oh my
Like,
God, that's Kenny. That is actually Kenny. I
like
swear to God.
that's like the big break in the case is that they arrest a kid and it's basically like making a murder where they're trying to force the crime on him. He's like, look, he's got a long history of drawing dicks, but he's never drawn a dick like the dick that's on this car. Like,
Oh my God.
It's really funny, and I don't know why I never watched season 2.
season
because
2 is
season 1
even
killed
funnier.
me.
And it was funny because I was watching that alone in the house, and then my parents came home. And my mom was like, is this real? Like, she thought it was a real
Oh my
documentary,
God.
and they were just talking about people shitting. Like, I've been watching Double Shot at Love with Pauly D and Vinny
I thought you were
all
going to say
season.
Tila Tequila for some reason.
Now, well, this is their spin-off
Producer
now.
Matt is the reality show.
You are
queen.
a very good TV watcher.
And then the last one, just discovered this show. 3 different people told me to watch it on Disney Plus, and it's called Prop Culture. And I had so many good cries watching this show. And it's a guy who collects movie props, like authentic movie props. And it's him traveling and giving those props to the people who use them in the movie. So like episode 1 is the original Mary Poppins, and he like is giving like one of the choreographers a chimney sweep from like the original movie.
How does he originally get those
He's
props?
just a collector. He's just a collector.
He
So
just Does he
like,
auction them or like that's crazy?
just likes to have them in the collection. But then,
I
and
love
Julie will
that.
get this, but the last episode is on the Muppet movie.
Oh God.
And the end,
He's deaf crying.
dude, the ending thing is he's trying to find, like, he wants to find a prop from the movie. And like Muppet movie is like top 5 movies of all time for me. And what he ends up finding at the very end
It
is,
truly is. He's not lying.
is the original banjo from the Rainbow
Oh,
Connection
good
performance.
fucking
And he
God.
gives it to the guy who wrote the song. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, it's
So fun fact about producer Matt, he looks like Kim Kardashian when he cries. Like 100%.
That is awesome. Do it.
No, you cannot get it.
So this leads perfectly into the last thing is I just started watching The New Girl.
Wow,
because,
you're gonna crush that so fast.
well, because like
I've
I
heard
found
actually amazing
Wait, you're
things.
watching New Girl or the?
New Girl.
Are you
New
watching
Girl.
Good Girls or The Good Girls?
Wow,
But-
touche. Sorry,
But so
sorry, producer
because
Matt.
I found that like this is where I work every day, and then I have the TV there, and sitcoms are like the perfect thing to put on when you're working because
Absolutely.
like if you miss a plot point in the episode, it's not going to matter in
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yep.
I still don't like that though. For the record, I don't like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how we know he didn't indulge Jane.
Actually, yeah, Kathleen, who also watches with closed captions. Kathleen watches everything with closed captions, and so do I because
Also-
you do
Don't miss a word.
actually. Literally, yes.
Yeah, everything's set for subtitles on that.
Yeah, closed
But
captions.
I sent it to Julie
You're
because
crying.
there's a scene in the first season where I just blanked. Zoe Deschanel is dating Justin Long, and his defining trait is that he's the ugliest crier that she's ever seen in her life. And the faces that he's making are faces that I know Julie has captured on film, taking pictures of me when I'm crying to prove how much I look like Kim Kardashian.
Oh my god, I love that.
I watched 2 full seasons of New Girl. How far in are you?
Literally just finished season 1. I'm going to watch season 2 tomorrow.
Whichever, I'm pretty sure it's the season 2 finale. Taylor Swift performs at a wedding. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Okay.
But then I never watched it again. I don't know why. I loved it. I really liked it. And I like Zoe.
I agree.
and
I think I watched season 1 of it. It was just one of those shows too,
Schmidt and
where
Nick,
it
they're great
never like kept
characters.
going for me. I don't know why. I also regret
pick
it.
it
I
back
feel
up
like
at
the
some point.
number 8 in front of the word seasons is like really intimidating.
Okay, yeah.
Is it
yeah.
a full like 22?
22, except for season 8's like 4 episodes.
You make a good point though. It's just a commitment. I think
Yeah.
I get. Yeah.
like it's like,
Yeah.
ooh.
But
I
are
don't
they
know if-
20 minutes?
Yeah, they're all, like
They-
I got
yeah.
through the entire first season in one work day. Like it takes 8 hours to watch a season. So
I love 20-minute episodes. I'm here for it. That's
Oh,
a quick.
yeah.
That's why I didn't
yeah.
like
That was me
Breaking
with
Bad.
Working Moms. I was like, it was over before it started. And
Oh, I would love to hear your list because I know Working Moms
Already
was
did
on
it.
there.
Yeah, she already did it.
Oh my God, you just pulled a me.
No.
Oh.
I only had 3. I was really
Put
quick.
the
You
wine
said you
on.
had
God.
100.
No, I have
Oh,
100 for the
high schools.
prompt.
But I'm done. We can go into the high schools.
We
Okay.
can go into the high school.
All right, I want to hear yours because we already did the on
Julie, I
thing.
want to hear yours too. I'm gonna bring up my list.
So I can just like, I'm just going to
We'll go
rattle
around-
them all.
No. We'll go one like
No,
that.
I hated that because.
guys, I don't have a lot, so I might just bounce
All right,
off
it's
yours,
fine.
but go
That's
ahead.
fine. Okay.
We're gonna do 1, or you're gonna do all.
No, we can do 1. One of mine. I didn't rank these. Okay, is that okay?
That's
Yeah,
totally
okay.
fine,
Please.
Joel.
John Adams High School.
Love that.
Damn it.
That's Boy Meets World.
Yes.
Yeah,
Boy
I was
Meets
gonna
World.
put that, but I
I
didn't.
had
And-
like 2,
but
and that was
why?
one of the 2.
But why?
So it's hard to say why I pick why I picked any of these because I base it off the show, right? So like
You gotta have a
the
reason.
friendship between them, like so much stuff, and all of I don't know if you guys watch Boy Meets World, but all of the schools from the elementary school, middle school to high school were John Adams,
Yeah.
right? Elementary
Yeah.
school, middle school,
Yeah.
high school, and like a lot of scenes were in school. So I'm just like, it just gives you like I'm gonna give another one that's on my list that just gave me like high school Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Like it gave you that like false hope high school vibes
How
where
about
it's like
as the bell rings?
This is what it will be like.
I would say like the big thing with the Boy Meets World school is like tell me one bad teacher that was in Boy Meets World. Like they
Tony.
had a
I
couple
would have said
teachers.
Feeney. I just said I want to go there because I want to be taught by Feeney.
Yeah,
Is what.
but that's what I mean. But
Oh,
even
yeah.
like there was a handful of other teachers that showed up, and they were all great.
the biker guy.
oh Hottie Boy.
Hottie
yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that
Who does
Sean
he end up
moved
dating?
into.
Oh, Sean's. No,
No.
he becomes Sean's like dad.
He moves.
Daddy.
Sean moves in with him, and then he dates another teacher who's like a very good science teacher, and then he has a friend who was the lead singer of the ska band Hepcat, Alex Dessert, who is also there.
Dropping knowledge. Those lockers are iconic. It's basically High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Exactly. It's the exact same thing.
Name drop.
Yeah. I just like, I don't know. I feel like because in high school, I guess we did have like the long lockers like they do in the TV shows, but we didn't hang by our lockers. Like it wasn't cool to like.
I kept all my books in my bag because I didn't feel like going to my locker.
Exactly, me too. I don't think I even knew my combination. One time someone broke in and stole my jacket and I was like, I'll never use this fucking thing again.
You guys had actual lockers?
Yeah.
Well, we had like 2 campuses, so no. It was just if you wanted a locker, you could request one, but no, we just had a book bag
everyone
because it was
walked around with their bull bag.
Yeah.
Bull bag.
I know.
The bull bag.
Their school bag, their book bag.
No, it was almost weird if you no, we didn't have a locker.
We barely used it. And then in shows, like they show like, oh, the hottie boy flirting with the girl, and they're like standing at their locker, and it's like
That's
it's such false.
I will say middle school we had lockers and we decorated it for people's birthday. Did you guys not have that in middle school?
No, we did. We had top and bottom, and it sucked if you were on bottom.
Though. Yeah, I always
You
had
had top and
I-
bottom.
yeah.
Oh, we had just really narrow ones next to each other, but it was like you decorate your friends for your birthday. You
Dude,
know?
I used to hit the girl under me in the head with my locker
I remember I
so
used
many
to
times.
keep my cell phone in my locker because even back then you wouldn't have it with you. Like you weren't like, texting as a 7th grader, but I had my like little flip phone. I would like,
I'll see you later.
Yeah. That's so funny. You guys had top and bottom. See, my last name was always in the front of the alphabet, Ballerini. So I had a locker that was so far from everyone. So everyone was always hanging out in the middle of classes in the lockers with people with their middle last names.
Yeah.
And I was just always in like some random hallway.
So I don't know if you had this, but we always had like a drug dog come to our school.
and you'd be like sweating.
it's like someone,
Never saw
like,
a drug in my life.
it's
Dripping
like
in
something
sweat.
is in my locker. Like I'm getting called. Like
Someone put it in there.
I don't want to go.
You have to go next. Say yours.
Well, I just wrote.
You said you had one, and that's fine.
I only have one too. It's
I just
fine.
had like one trio because it was the only appropriate
Katrina's
show.
trying to get shot at school.
It was the only show that
take that
was the appropriate age before I knew we could cheat on this podcast and pick things that weren't high school. One Tree is a high school, so it was the only thing come to mind. I also wrote Friday Night Lights and Riverdale.
I have Friday Night Lights too.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
And Riverdale, but I don't want to go to Riverdale. But really, I just want to be like a vixen
Agreed.
with Cheryl.
I was just like, I don't relate, but also Riverdale, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, so I feel like Friday Night Lights, like I love the football. Like we didn't, and this could be totally different for you, but like our high school football team was garbage. So like it was not as exciting as it was for like if you are like a Friday Night Lights fan, like it was their world. Football was everything
Joel,
to them.
We still had so much fun at those games.
Oh my God.
Picture when
did
they were
we?
excellent. Like the I remember watching the premiere of Friday Night Lights and the end scene and the music, and I was legitimately sobbing in my bed. It was like a dark Sunday. It was like nighttime. I was like laying in bed watching it on my computer in college, and I was like, holy actual shit. Like, this is such a good show.
Dude, Matt Saracen is
I'm a Matt
everything
Oh my
to me.
gosh, yeah.
I know. Well, everyone's a Tim Riggins girl.
No,
I am not a Jason Street girl.
No.
Absolutely not with Jason Street. Absolutely for Tim Riggins girl. Yes.
Well, we have to talk about Kyle Chandler, who's the hottest of all hot, which is Coach. And literally, like,
oh my
Kyle
gosh.
Chandler in Grey's Anatomy with the bomb episode.
One
he
of
won
the
the
best
Emmy
ever.
For it.
One
he
of
won the Emmy
He won an Emmy for that?
for guest actor in a drama series. Yeah.
I mean, that's probably one of the most iconic
Yeah.
Grey's scenes of all time. No?
Yeah. I totally agree.
Go Panthers.
Seems like a finale, but yeah, go Dylan Panthers, baby.
God.
Okay, this is my favorite one, and this is what I thought Julie was gonna say, and this is the one I cheated to middle school.
I forgot
I'm
what
gonna
you said.
sing the song.
All right, go.
Ooh, I know you see me
Oh my
standing
God.
here.
Zoe 101. Are you kidding me?
Don't I look good, my dear?
Yeah, Pacific
Do
Coast
I look
Academy,
good?
I would
PCA,
go there
baby.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, I
PCA.
didn't know we could a PCA. Okay, yes, I watched that show and I
So
would go
Matt,
there.
I'm not sure if you watched that show, but it's basically like it's Britney Spears' little
It's too
sister.
old. It's too
Jamie Lynn Spears.
young for Matt.
It was on Nickelodeon. This is the one, Matt, where you were like, it must have been a Disney Channel show, and I was like, because it's not. It's Jamie Lynn Spears.
Dude, and that
Canon
show,
is she ends up with Chase. It ends because she got pregnant,
I
but
was
she ends
just
up with
gonna
Chase.
say that show that could have lasted a long time. She had to get pregnant.
They're trying to
I
reboot it,
know.
but because of COVID.
I'm going to knock out the two of mine that I wrote down because they're both cartoons. I don't think anyone's going to have them. Obviously, Lawndale High from Daria. Love it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Moving on.
And this one I just Googled because I'm like, I can't just have that since Julie took the Boy Meets World one.
What do you got?
When I say this name, you're not going to know why.
What do you
so
got?
I have Walkerville Elementary School. Does that mean anything to you?
Is it recess?
No.
Oh,
But if
recess.
you go to this school, and if you're very lucky, you might have a class with a teacher named Miss Frizzle, who has a magic school bus.
You know what? When you guys said that we could pick not just high school, I was considering that one. Also, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, the one on the cruise ship.
God, yes.
Sweet Love on Deck, bitch.
Sweet Life on Deck.
Okay, so
Sweet
this
Life
is
on
a
Deck,
communal thing that everyone agreed with. It was a good episode.
Sweet
Because-
Life on
Series.
Deck was the best
Series,
thing
sorry.
I could ever think of. Are you kidding?
Okay, to be honest, I was stressing with this concept.
It's okay.
And
This
I
bitch is
didn't
stressing,
know.
and she said the most yet. She has said 4 so far.
Well, I will say, Gina POB helped me with this one. I was like, I don't know what episodes that have a good high school. And she goes, what about Sweet Life on Deck? And I was like, that isn't a high school, Gina. I can't talk about this on a podcast.
you can do literally whatever you want.
And now
It's a
it's
free-for-all.
a very,
No one cares.
yes, agreed. That, I mean, I would go to a high school on a cruise ship.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, she nailed it, right?
Yeah.
What's
She
your
did.
next one?
So I'm going to classify these two as together. St. Jude's, which is Gossip Girl.
Why would you? Why? Why?
The prep school, like diva, I'm rich, that's me. And that's who I want to be. And the Harbor School in the OC, which is very similar.
Okay.
So the Harbor School is like another like prep school.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to go to the Gossip Girl school?
No, that's mean.
Yeah, if you were the cool mean girl that was sitting on the steps eating yogurt.
So mine, I'm gonna categorize all 4 of these together
Ooh, love it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
because they all have something to do with magic, obviously.
Oh, God.
So I'm doing Halloween Town High.
That's a movie, Kathleen. I would have
Doesn't
chosen
matter.
that too. Yeah.
Hogwarts. Come on, son.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
Ministry of the Invisible Arts, which is Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Also magic.
I didn't
Dope.
watch that.
And Break Bills University from the Magicians. Gotta be, baby.
Okay, number 2, Harry Potter. I didn't know we could say that. Otherwise, that would have been my number 1. Honestly, Kathleen, I thought Magicians was going to be your number 1.
I mean, it literally is. It's my dream of all dreams. It's my favorite show of all time. But I just wanted to link all 4 of those because they're magic or witchcraft. or
Okay, but
something.
you say that so casually. Favorite of all time.
Yeah, my favorite of all
Magicians
time.
is better than Grey's.
Yes, 100%. I wouldn't say it's better. It's just my favorite show of all time. Like Grey's Anatomy is amazing and I love it to death, but The Magicians hits home on a level where I'm like, this is so perfect and clever and exactly the show I would want to write if I was smart enough to write a show. And I love magic and I love sci-fi. Whereas Grey's Anatomy is amazing and everyone in the world could love Grey's Anatomy.
Sure.
But The Magicians is a hard sell. Like
Agreed.
even Eric, who's in the room, Katrina's
Oh, yeah.
husband, like he's getting through it. He likes it, but he doesn't love it to death like I do. It's
Not
it's like,
diehard, yeah.
It's just the best, and I can't stop thinking about it. And my bedroom and
Okay.
in my apartment is
I was
like
just curious when you say best, that could be a very, it could be a lot
just
of things.
Makes
Could be a
me
lot.
feel one type of way.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh my
yeah,
God,
I have one more other than that.
Oh, I have a question for you guys, and honestly, maybe you should make a TV or a podcast episode of it. If you could only watch,
Yeah. Then I would probably pick Grey's Anatomy.
I was
because
gonna say,
it's
if you'd
16
only watch
seasons.
maybe 3 TV shows for the rest of your life, what would you pick? If tomorrow you could only watch
Well,
a
that
few.
one's easy because I would do Grey's, I would do Magicians, and then I would probably pick a funny show. So maybe Parks and Rec, The Office, one of those like sitcom-y shows. You got to do 3 different genres. But honestly, Criminal Minds might fall in there too
I was gonna
because
say,
that's a big
I
one.
feel like it's a lot harder of a question. I don't know.
Good question.
Friends,
Matt,
Grey's
you answer
Anatomy
that
for
one.
me. Matt, I feel like producer Matt would have a lot.
He was comfy.
No, I think, I mean, obviously my 2 favorites are going to be in there. So it's going to be Daria, it's going to be Scrubs. I'm torn between, because I am just like a sitcom guy. I don't need like a whole wide,
Yeah,
but
that's-
I've watched a lot of that 70s show and there's like a lot of comfort in that. But I honestly think I might go for something that we've mentioned a lot on the show, but atypical. Something that's
The
like,
best. The
something
best
that would
show.
just like, it's short. So I think that over time it would get old, but I can't think of any other shows where the drama has been so heartwarming. Like the whole show is heartwarming, even when it's the most dramatic shit happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think
I love that show.
for me, I need all the comfort foods. I
Yeah.
don't need any of the stress. I need the
No,
shows that
I
are gonna
love
have
that.
to smile the whole time.
I
Give me the
joke,
stress.
yeah. During quarantine, it's like the only shows I ever watch are the ones I'm most comfortable with, and it's probably Grey's Anatomy, Grey's Anatomy, Friends, and that would be a really hard answer to fill as my third one.
And Julie, you rewatch a bunch of
what
shows
about
anyway.
you?
So what are the 3 that you would rewatch?
Or not rewatch. It's like, Julie, if TV ended tomorrow, what's 3 shows that you could live forever watching?
That's hard.
Yeah, it
Probably
is.
definitely The Office.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
can't
one.
really get sick of The Office. Maybe Game of Thrones. I could probably watch Game of
Ooh.
Thrones
That's a great
Yeah.
one
and
because
have
that
a
would
good
take
old
a
time.
long. That's like a lot
Yeah.
of hours.
But can I be devil's advocate for a second?
What is your devil's advocate?
I heard the ending is they rushed it. So what? Okay, sorry,
I don't
sorry.
know.
sorry.
I don't
Is this
agree.
not.
this
No,
is
no,
not
no.
a conversation for today.
And I don't think that it was like I'm on
Okay.
I'm on the other side where I'm like I think it had to end and they ended it.
And again, I'm not even qualified to talk about this show. I do not watch any of it. It's just my dad read all of it. So, and he was just really.
My nephew Luke can't even talk about it. He starts flipping out.
And it just, yeah. So I just didn't know, but it's fine.
I
Guys,
don't know.
honestly,
See, for me, someone that watched it all the way through until the last season, I guess it's the 2nd or 3rd episode of the final season was like enough for me. Like I was just like, that was so fucking awesome that
Yeah.
I am like, okay.
the battle
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah,
or-
like,
I
it was
actually think
almost
the
like-
episode before that is like my favorite episode of that show
where they
ever.
knight Brienne.
Yeah, where they're just hanging out. Like, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
like an
going.
episode of them just hanging out.
I thought Game of Thrones was more like a Harry Potter, that you guys all knew how it was going to
Like
end.
Harry's got to beat Voldemort. No, absolutely
So when the
not.
finale happened and everyone was so divided on social media, like,
I mean, we can talk about it for forever, but
Yeah, and I want to hear Julie's other high school since she stole my good
yeah,
one.
so this is my last 2. They kind of fall under the same category for the same reason. So William McKinney High School from Glee.
love that. I almost
Um,
put that, but I don't
me
watch
too.
Glee.
I almost same, and I was like, would I like actually going there if I could sing or
If
anything?
stupid ass Liam Michelle's there, I don't want to go.
Yeah,
there.
great.
Well,
Fuck
and
her.
actually,
I hate
so like
Lea
I
Michele.
did watch. Me too. So I did watch Glee. I stopped it when they were in college because, just like you guys said, like it's one of those shows where like it's like, all right, we could have ended this. Like we don't need to know what they're all doing out of college. But it was like I think they just got so many hits from it that they felt like let's just keep producing because everyone like
Totally.
loves Glee, and I kind of fell off of it. But if you were in Glee, you kind of got treated like shit. Like the main things is like slushies getting thrown in your face like when you're walking in the hallway. So like that aspect of it, I'm like, fuck that. I would never want to go to that high school. But in the sense of like, I always tell Kathleen like I wish that I was like ballsy enough to do like theater and stuff like that because I
Yes.
ride for Broadway like no other. So that's why I have that. And then also East High School, which is from High School Musical.
Love it. I was gonna say that.
But I mean High School Musical, the musical, the series, because boy would I be in that play.
Yeah, you would. Who would you be?
Oh, I would be Gabriella.
Who do you think you are? I'm soaring, flying.
I thought you guys said it was different songs.
So we can't explain it. Their original songs are so
a girl who wrote it
fucking
went
good.
to our high school, so
Yeah.
Jordan Alberger, shout out.
So I picked those 2 for musical purposes only.
Okay, I have one more, and it's Community, Greendale, because strictly from the paintball episode.
Greendale is like community to like a commuter campus.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Community captures the weirdness of going to community college better than like any show I've ever seen.
I love that.
And it's such an absurd show, but it's literally like the way that there's all these crazy events on the campus because they're so desperate for students to participate in anything happening at the school because they don't live there. So they don't get this shit. They're like just showing up, doing their classes and leaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, the paintball episodes, but even like just having that dean, to have that dean as like your dean of admissions who's just literally insane.
Wait, what's the actor's name?
Jim Rash.
Yes. Well, would you go back to high school on
Yes.
3, 1, 2?
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
so anyway,
Yes, I absolutely would.
Katrina, a double feature in one night. How do you feel?
Stressed and overwhelmed. I
A
can't
little
wait.
drunk?
Yeah, and I just don't.
I think you did phenomenal.
Thank you,
my sister girl.
Kissing. Thank you, Julie.
You
it's
did
been a
amazing.
pleasure.
When's the last time you saw each other? 2013?
Honestly, something state patties. I remember
7 years
us
ago?
having pictures at state patties.
Yeah,
Day.
I was gonna say there is a picture of Trine holding a bong, like not a smoking bong,
A beer bong?
a beer bong, in my mouth. She's holding it up for me,
Yes.
and I'm ripping a beer
in
bong.
your
that.
kitchen at Beaver
Go
One,
state, baby.
Beaver
We are.
Terrace.
We are.
We are. Damn, are we?
So
Boy,
Damn.
are we. Boy, we are.
Boy, are we?
That wraps it up for tonight.
That
today.
really does. That'll do it for the day. It's been a long one. We've been here for hours.
So thank you everyone for listening. Tune in next week for another
Tune in.
episode of my favorite
Episode
episode of.
This has been My Favorite Episode Of. My Favorite Episode Of is produced by Matt Kelly as part of the Geekscape Network and hosted by Julie and Kathleen. Check out our show notes for all of our socials and email us at myfavoriteepisodepodcast@gmail.com. Rate, review, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting apps, and we'll be back next week with another episode of My Favorite Episode Of.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network. You're listening to the Geekscape Network.